seeing all of the patriots up there. You know, President Trump have supporters that you see and those that you don't see.
That's right.
There is really a silent majority.
Yeah.
And people really need to understand that.
Yeah.
So it was phenomenal seeing the patriots up there. And listen, it wasn't no looting.
No.
There wasn't no fighting. There was no chaos. It was peaceful protesting.
Diverse crowd. People are up there because it's not about Republican or Democrats. This is about our freedom.
That's right.
This is about our freedom, our constitutional rights, our civil liberties being encroached upon by these people that want to bring in tyranny against our country.
And you're right about that.
Yeah.
Bring in tyranny.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, so as the crowd was dispersing and they were going back to their destinations or maybe their hotels, you had about 50 people show up that they were Antifa and Black Lives Matter. If y'all don't believe me, take a look at this.
That's go time.
You see what I'm talking about? See, so this is the mess that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter and Antifa, they need to be deemed a terrorist organization because they are terrorizing the public for what? For what reason? They have no business terrorizing people, going up to people, hitting on them, invading their space.
No reason.
You know, they don't have, let me tell you something. We have laws and we have rules in this country. And to go up and to assault somebody and you think it's okay, it's not okay. Because what happens when that person turn around and assaults you back?
That's right.
What happens
or
when
defend themselves?
Using their Second Amendment right.
And you got to remember, back in the day, you had the Democrat Party. They used the KKK to intimidate black people.
That's right.
Now today, the same Democrat Party is using Antifa and Black Lives Matter to intimidate all people that goes against their narrative.
That's right.
And you know that Black Lives Matter was started during the Obama administration. The funny thing is Black Lives Matter felt like their black lives didn't matter under a black president. Isn't that something?
I reckon that's why they started it, huh?
So sad.
But I'm telling you, this here needs to really be addressed.
Yeah.
Because I hate for one of them to walk up to the wrong person. Look, some things.
Well, I don't condone or advocate, for violence. I don't do that. But I'm not going to condone and advocate for you to stand there and get beat up either.
Absolutely not. That's right. That ain't going to happen. Speaking of beat up, I feel like that these governors are trying to beat up on the American people, girl.
Yes, they are.
Because they're putting all of these measures in place to lock our country back down again. You got Gavin Newsom out eating at a restaurant without no mask on, no social distancing, but he's locking his state down. You have Cuomo, the moron, operating from outer space. Because he got to be somewhere out of space and not in reality of what's going on here. I'm glad that you mentioned the Democrat Party, which to me is the party of slavery. These here governors are acting like tyranny dictators. They're acting like slave masters.
That's right.
See, back during the days of slavery, you had the slave masters split people up. They would put the dark people in the fields, the light people in the house. Now they don't want you to go to each other's house for Thanksgiving. Why? Because they don't want you talking to each other. They don't want you trying to figure out what's going on because we know that there's something going on and this is not quite right.
But what gives these governors and mayors the legal right to be able to shut down these particular states and these particular cities? What gives them the legal right? Because that emergency declaration ended on May the 1st. It takes the legislative branch to come in and set up the rules to extend these lockdowns. Who's giving these governors and these mayors the legal right to say what you can and cannot do in the privacy of your home?
But you know what? This is all about the will of the people. It's about we the people. And if we the people don't stand up and say nothing, they're going to continue to do this kind of foolishness to us. That's what's going to happen. Now, I love what they're doing, the legislators are doing up there in Michigan. Honey, they are trying to impeach this governor up here in Michigan. And good for them. And this is what I say to everybody. If you don't like the tyranny, if you don't like the dictatorship, if you don't like being locked down, contact your legislator. How about it's time for all of us to impeach some of these governors for overstepping their boundaries and trying to take away our holidays, our livelihoods. I mean, just really, and trying to flatten the economy. This is what this is about, you all, in case you don't know.
You got Lori Lightfoot, who seems to be on the wrong foot. She's like the Grinch that stole Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's what
she wants to take away your Thanksgiving. And she seems to be more concerned about protecting you from COVID instead of protecting you from a bullet. They got all of those different drive-bys and different things that goes on up there. Have she shut her city down for people getting killed? Have she stopped that? You know, because you have Governor Cuomo, he's planning on shutting down the schools. He's talking about shutting down the schools. And what I want to know is that with him talking about shutting down the schools, to me, this is proof that masks don't work. Because if it did work, there would be no spike. Because think of this. You have our children that we've sent our children to school in the past 2 months against their will with wearing this particular mask against their will on their face. Okay?
Yeah.
And the only thing probably in that mask is probably some snot, some boogers, and some bacteria, what have you, all right? But they're going there, and it's like it's dehumanizing our children. We sent them there to school. Now you want to close down the schools because of what? Because there's a spike? That lets me know that these masks do not work. These masks are part of conformity and control.
That's
and
right.
That's exactly what they are doing. Send our kids back to school, and it's time to remove the mask. And the real mask that these doggone dictatorist Democrats are hiding behind needs to be removed.